Hello and welcome! This character profile video is for the class Blade Master, and what you'll see is all of his skills, the top 8 PVE and PVP skills that I recommend, his skill combos, enhancements, player card, and a gameplay video. So, without further ado, I give you the class Blade Master. Here we go. And welcome to the Skills Slide. If you are new to my character profile videos, allow me to introduce the interface. On the far left hand side is all of his skills. On the far right hand side are all specials that go with those skills. And then the column next to skill is CD, that's cooldown for each skill. And then next to that is charges, how many times you can use the skill. And then the column hits is how many times the skill will hit a creature or opponent. And then the column damage-PVE is the highest percentage damage that skill will do against a creature in the world. And damage-PVP is the highest percentage damage that skill will do against another player's character. And of course you have the passive at the bottom. So take a moment to look at everything here. There is a few things to mention. That is over in the special section where the words super armor are colored red. All that means is you have it, but when you go into arena it won't be there for you. So it works everywhere else, just not in arena. And the reason why there are 3 skills or on the left hand side that are colored blue is because those skills are connected to the passive, and I will go over that in the PvP slide. So once again, take a moment to look at all this, and when you're ready, we'll move on to the top 8 PvE skills that I recommend. Here we go. And welcome to the PvE slide. I have taken all the skills and organized them according to the column of damage-PVE, with the highest percentage at the top all the way down to the lowest at the bottom. And Crescendo is your highest damaging skill. A very nice one, I might add, at 2000. So why is there a section of skills colored in green? And that is because we can only take 8 skills into the world at a time. So according to the percentage, I have listed these as the top 8. More of a suggestion. If you find that you want to use Divider, Charge Shot, or simply just the standard Blade Mastery attack, but that really is part of your interface. You don't assign it, it's just there. But if you want to change it up, you're more than welcome to. But for now, this is what I'm recommending, and definitely get in Crescendo at the top when you can. So take a moment to look at everything, and when you're ready, we'll move on to the top 8 PvP skills that I recommend. Here we go. And welcome to the PvP slide. We have a lot to cover on this slide, so let's go ahead and knock out the basics. I have organized all of the skills according to the column of damage-PVP, with the highest percentage at the top all the way down to the lowest at the bottom. And Crescendo continues to be your highest damaging skill. So there's a few things to cover. You already know about the red text and what that means. It's, it doesn't work in arena, but everyone who does PvP always asks, what skills can I use so I'm not toggling what I can use in arena and what I can't use because I need to get my super armor out. And you have 2 skills, and those are Retaliation and Quick Draw. Now, I might add that Retaliation is nice, but I think Quick Draw might be a lot quicker to just get that super armor out. It does decent damage, but the reason why is Retaliation is one of those you're waiting for them to hit you. So it might be a while if they know what you're doing. So I would suggest the Quick Draw to just get your super armor in. Then any of those other skills, and of course work in Retaliation and Crescendo to refresh that super armor. But just know that they'll see you coming if you use the Retaliation again. So now on this slide I also cover the passive, so I'm gonna read it to you, and then we're gonna show you a video of how it works. So first things first, your passive is called Resonant Blade, and the way it works is you use twice the following skills: Rising Storm, Squall, or Rest in Peace, for the effects to last for 10 seconds. And the effects on the right hand side is your next skill's crit chance is plus 70% greater. And if you're doing PvP, PvP damage is reduced by 10%, and additional PvP damage reduction by 10% when affected by an attack or move speed decrease effect from the other player. So you can get a 20% damage reduction when your passive is active and the conditions are right. So be aware of that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and cut over to a video where I show you what his passive looks like. So let me cue that up. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to be here and mess with these people in the background, and the 3 skills are Squall, Rising Storm, and Rest in Peace from right to left. And we're going to just, mess with each one and then show you what it looks like. But the passive, you need to use the skills twice. And I am happy to tell you that's what it looks like when your passive is active. And then the next thing you attack with has the 70% increase in crit chance. And of course it goes away. But as I was saying, I'm happy to tell you that you don't have to use just one attack twice. You can use one of these 3 twice. So you can do Squall, then Rising Storm, and it will activate, and then you could do Squall again for that 70% crit chance, or you could do Rest in Peace, or your choice. This is how it works. But Rest in Peace has a 8-second cooldown, so plan that very carefully, otherwise these guys are gonna get cocky and confident. So now that you know how it works, we're gonna go ahead and return back to the PvP slide and keep going. So let's go ahead and move back here, and still working in my movements. Here we go. And welcome back to the PvP slide. So now that you know how the passive works, let us take a moment to look at everything, and when you're ready, we'll move on to the next slide, which is his skill combos. Here we go. And here we are. So welcome to the skill combo slide, and before I tell you how this works, allow me to tell you where you can find it. So if you're in the game and you bring up the menu screen and you look over to the right hand side, you tap on the square that says skills, and now you're on the skills screen. And now you look to the middle of the screen and down, you'll see an a magnifying glass with a circle around it, and it will say skill combos to the right of it. So you just tap on that, and now a little window appears that says skill combos, and you're here. You will need to scroll up and down to see everything, but what I have done is I've taken the liberty to put all of it on one screen or one slide for you to print out or have on another monitor if you're playing on an emulator. But I would highly recommend, before you print this out, maybe do black and white, because it's very heavy with the color, and people might not be happy about so much blue being used up. Alright, now that you know where you can find it, let's tell you how it works. On the left hand side in blue is the skill you would start out with, and then it chains into the next skill, which is in gray. You have options like at the top left corner, let's take Crescendo. If you did that skill, then you can combo into Rising Storm as your next skill, or Divider, your choice. And then if you choose Rising Storm, then look right below in blue, there's Rising Storm. So now that you've used it, you can use Squall or Crescendo. And if you do Crescendo, you can go back and forth. Crescendo to Rising Storm back to Crescendo, and it can be a never-ending loop of a 2-hit combo. Now, this is how it works, and I normally look to see if I can at least squeeze out a 4-hit combo for you, looking at everything, but I gotta admit, Blade Master, one of his strengths is right here, right on this screen. He doesn't have an end to his combos. There is only one thing on this screen that will end, and if you evade and use Charge Shot, that's the bottom right corner, there's no skill in blue for Charge Shot to keep it going. But if you did evade to Retaliation, you are off to the races, my friend. You can do anything you want, and it loops right into each other. For example, on the left-hand side, Crescendo at the top, Rising Storm to Squall. Squall is on the right. Squall goes to Rest in Peace. Left-hand side, right down, Rest in Peace to Quick Draw. Quick Draw is on the right-hand side. Quick Draw to Rising Storm, and on and on. This is one of his strengths that everyone else doesn't have. So you could just go to town with combos with this guy. And it's really nice to see for Blade Master. So, take a moment to look at all this, and when you're ready, we will move on to the next slide, the Enhancement Slide. Here we go. And welcome to the Enhancement Slide. There is a lot to cover on this slide, so allow me to get started. And introduce the interface. On the left hand side is all of his skills. On the far right hand side is all the branch damage connected to those skills. And then in the middle is 4 columns. The first one, second, and fourth, from left to right, are columns that I try to set up so it's things that help your Blade Master. The third column are things that happen to the creature or the player's opponent that you're fighting against. And sometimes it doesn't turn out that way. I do my best to make it look look easy to read. So now that you know that, let's go over a few things. First of all, if you look at the third skill, Rising Storm, and go all the way over to the far right where it says heal 140 HP per hit, the word heal is colored gold because it does not apply in Path of Glory. When you unlock this enhancement for that skill, it will work everywhere in the game, just not Path of Glory. So beware of that. You already know about the red super armor and what that means. And I want to take a moment, if you're wondering, well, what the heck is an enhancement? If you are on the skill screen, which we just told you how to get to, and you tap on a skill, and you see its icon in the center, just look to the left, and it's in the center, and then there's these circles around it, or little icons that are circular around it. Those are enhancements you can unlock. So let's just take the first one called Squall, the skill Squall, and it will have 2 circles around it that unlocks for target move speed, minus 5% for 10 seconds against the creature or player's opponent you're attacking, and target AP minus 20 for 10 seconds. Again, that goes against the player's opponent or the creature, not you. So how do you unlock these enhancements? Some simply require silver, and you pay the silver and it's unlocked. Others have a red number next to it, and if that means you need that skill to get up to a certain level, and then you can pay the silver to unlock it, and it'll be part of your skills. So right now, if you use Squall, it will not have the target move speed decrease or the target AP decrease until you unlock it to enhance that skill and make it better. The goal is to unlock everything on this slide so that you have so many wonderful things happening when you use the skills. And I might add, look at retaliation. You remember how I told you it's like it's kind of slow, you're waiting for the opponent to attack you? When they do, and it's well timed, and you unlock the 2 flow mechanics behind it, along with everything else, there's so much that happens when they swing at you. You have retaliation ready, bam, you counter, and you just go to town on them. This guy is deadly, but he's a specialized guy, so there's no one-hit wonder and you'll win every fight. You really need to know how he works and get to know him very well. He will definitely do the damage you need if you unlock all his enhancements and know how to fight with him. So, one more thing, and that is, how do you level up the skills? When you're in the world of Elion and you're fighting monsters in the world, you'll get these books. They're skill books. Just pay the silver to learn it, and you're increasing the level for that skill. So Squall, if it has a red number 2 next to it, to unlock target move speed decrease -5% for 10 seconds, chances are if you find 2 books in the world for Squall and you learn them, you'll more than likely, don't quote me, but you'll more than likely unlock or be able to unlock that target move speed for him. So that's how it works, and you will find these books in the world of Hadum, but they are in treasure chests and they are of higher quality. So very big emphasis to make sure you get access to Hadum and unlock that as well. So take a moment to look at everything here, and when you're ready, we'll move on to the next slide, which is the player card. Here we go. And welcome to the player card. It is like a baseball card. It is all the slides you previously saw, all on one screen, and I added stuff that's new. So let's go ahead and introduce how it works. At the very top is the top 8 PVE and PVP damage that I recommend. And to the right of that is something new. It's called immobilization. Anytime that one of your skills knocks up, knocks back, stun, anything that takes the creature or your player's opponent, their character, and knocks them on the ground, and they need to spend that time to get up, you got them immobilized. So I will explain why that's important, but for now, it looks like retaliation and rest in peace are your highest skills for immobilization. So keep that in mind, and let's keep going. Below that is all the skills, and you know what that is, and the enhancements, and we just got through talking about it. And below that is the it's a legend for what is not applied in Path of Glory, like the heal, and what is not applied in Arena, like the super armor we've been talking about throughout the video. And if you've been wondering, what is forward guard and super armor? I don't know what this stuff is, and could you tell me? Here's the definition of what it means. For forward guard, this means that incoming damage will either be 0 or heavily reduced. Imagine if I put an invisible shield in front of your character, and your opponent is trying to attack you directly at you. They will have to contend with the forward guard, which means that damage will be 0 or heavily reduced, and you're the one laughing. Well, they won't hear you, but you're laughing. If they get behind you, then all bets are off, and the forward guard will not work, and they can damage you normally, so just be aware of that. Super armor. This means that incoming damage will be reduced, and the effects that immobilize you, like stun, knockdown, freeze, etc., will not happen for a duration of time. And this is why the immobilization section is important. I've encouraged you to get in your skill that has super armor as soon as you can, like quick draw, so that you're protected, so that they can't immobilize you. But in turn, you want to use as many skills that have multiple immobilizations as possible, like retaliation and rest in peace, and anything else below that. The more immobilizations you throw at them, there's that chance that their super armor will stop or no longer be active on them, and you'll get in immobilization and you'll knock them down and get in an extra hit, and that could be the difference between a win or just trying to survive. So this is how it works. Take a moment to look at all this, and when you're ready, the music is gonna change and we're gonna move on to the gameplay video where we show you what the Blade Master can do. Here we go. And welcome to the gameplay video. Before we get started, let's show you where we're at. We're over here in Balanos, and we are at Kron Castle entrance, and we're here, well, because their CP is 2519 and ours is a 5,755. Nah, he'll be fine. So the way this works is we will use this auto path and have him fight for about 2 minutes, maybe 3, at which time we will go back to town and I'll do my outro and say thank you. So without further ado, I give you the class Blade Master. Here we go. Just about ready for us to head back to town. Here we go. So while the loading screen is up, allow me to take this moment to say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, let people know. I'm always making more videos and there's so many more left to do. So what we normally do is we'll put him in a position where we could showcase him, put the background behind him, but I kind of fumbled the movement. Yep, still trying to get him corrected. So while we get him corrected and zoomed in on, we'll also show you what his wave is like and his clap. So let's see what that is. That is unique. And we'll go ahead and do his clap, but while he does that, once again, thank you. Thank you so much, and you have a great day. Take care. Bye now.